Summertime's coming, and we're at the clinic with Dr. Mike. And we're going to start talking about summertime in our horses, and we're going to talk about recognizing heat stroke and a little bit of prevention for heat stroke. Dr. Mike, thanks for being here with us again today.
Glad to be here, Alan. Glad to be here.
Now, first of all, when we talk about heat stroke, and we've got the TV personality, this is Mr. Ed's ex-wife, this is Mrs. Ed here with us. What are the signs? Well, first of all, what is heat stroke?
Well, heat strokes, obviously when your horse has gotten too hot, and anything over 104 degrees Fahrenheit, you're starting to get in trouble. Once you get about 107, 106 on the rectal thermometer, you're definitely in trouble now with your horse.
Well, what is our normal temperature that we should be at?
Well, the horse is going to run anywhere from 99 to 101.5 and a half. But obviously, you should know what the normal temperature is for your horse. And again, if you're in an event and you're riding and you think your horse is a little bit hot and you take his temperature, take the temperature of one of your friend's horses. And if theirs is much lower who's been doing the same event that you have, your horse is probably in trouble.
Okay, we've got our summertime performance horse and we're outperforming. What are some of the signs that we need to look for heat stroke?
Well, Alan, the most important thing is stop sweating. If they stop sweating or decreasing the amount of sweat, you're starting to get in trouble, and you better slow down or you're going to risk doing permanent damage to your horse. Other things would be like fatigue. You know, your horse is normally one that runs the barrels 3 events, doesn't have any problems, and all of a sudden they're tiring out the day. You know, their respiratory rate is up. Normal respiratory rate is between 8 and 16, but you know what it is for your horse. And you get that gut feeling that something's not right, you better slow down. Old nature's trying to tell you something.
Well, now, what are some of the things that we can do, Dr. Mike, to possibly prevent? Now, we're riding our horse, and we're looking at, we've got the perfect position to look down at the neck and see that the sweating is stopping. Now, what can we do to prevent and you know, kind of put off having heat stroke?
Well, the first thing is get that horse fit. There's no reason taking your horse out there and trying to run barrels on her, and you haven't been riding her all week. You know, you can't do it. It's not the weekend horse. You want to have them fit, have them in condition, and then set that horse up for success. Have a light saddle. You know, have this horse ready to go. Have them on a feed with nice electrolytes, and when we have them in the stall, we have a bucket with just normal water, then a bucket with electrolytes, and keep that horse moving. And let them used to these things. And then if you get in trouble, there's some other things we can do.
Now, heat stroke, it's a very serious condition. And you mentioned it a moment ago that there can be some permanent damage to our horses from heat stroke. What are some of the permanent damages that can come from heat stroke?
Well, Alan, the worst thing is death. You can get one too hot and they can die on you shortly. So you've got to pay real close attention to your horses as they start getting in trouble. One of the things is neurological damage, just like in a person. And I think some of the horses that have heat stroke the first time are more likely to have it again. So you want to be careful about that. You don't want to risk that.
So summertime's coming on. One more time, just quickly to recap, we're out riding the horses just to keep it fresh in our mind. What do we look for the onset of heat stroke?
Well, the big thing is stop sweating, fatigue, and carry a thermometer in your saddle rack, your saddlebag back there. Get out, take that horse's temperature when you're stopping and resting. You're letting your horse drink. Make sure that they're drinking. Now, if they stop drinking, another sign something's going wrong.
Well, absolutely, folks. That's great information from Dr. Mike on heat stroke. Hey, let your horse be more than your horse. Let it be your partner, and you won't take care of your partner. Look out for the signs of heat stroke this summer.